Hi guys, it's ArchieLuxury. Guys, I want to talk to you about David SW. David SW, David SW. Guys, if you are in America, if you are looking for a Rolex watch of your dreams, in fact, if you're looking for a contemporary modern wristwatch, I strongly advise you to look at David SW. Guys, don't play the dealer games. Don't bring in chocolates or Krispy Kremes for your dealer hoping to get a Rolex at retail. It's futile. Please, guys, save your dignity. Keep some pride. Go to David SW. I would highly recommend David SW, David SW. If you're in America and you're looking for a watch, go to David SW, David SW, David SW. Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the Paul Pluta channel. Today guys, I am doing a paid review 22QA30. This here is for Shane. And before we start this paid review, do a quick wristwatch check. I am wearing my Rolex. It's a Rolex Explorer 2. And he says to me, "Hey Arch, hope 2022 is treating you well. I'm looking at picking up either a Lange & Son 1815 up down or a Patek Philippe 5127. That's the Calatrava like I've got. Both watches go for around the same money pre-owned, but the 5127 seems cheaper compared to some other Patek models with similar complications." Well, I mean, it's an automatic Calatrava with a date. It's not that many complications. So maybe I'm overlooking something otherwise obvious flaw. What I want is a watch I can wear daily to the office as my go-to professional watch, then likely wear a beater outside of hours. The Patek is far more practical with the date complication and automatic movement. And let's not kid ourselves, it's a Patek. Otherwise, it's a fairly simple design. And if I'm being honest, I wish they had it with Breguet numerals. Although you could argue the simplicity is part of the appeal. For the Lange & Son, it's a far more interesting watch to look at with practical power reserve indicator on a manual wind movement. Honestly, I think it's the cooler of the two. So if I'm being honest, I'm partial to the Lange, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's the right watch to pick. Now he sent me some money, so let's have a bit of a think there. What do I think there? So the Lange & Son is the Lange & Son 1815 up down, which is a classic dress manual wind piece, or a Patek. Now the Patek, I tell you what, the Patek, it's a little bit cheaper in the range because it's 37 mils. This watch, the 5127, started off as the 5107, which I actually owned a 5107. This was early 2000s. It launched similar time to the world time with the crown guards. So very, very unique period where they had the crown guards. Not many Patek dress watches have the crown guards. It was something they did early 2000s. I think it's going to make the watch incredibly collectible down the track. Personally, if I had a choice between the Lange and the Patek, I'd go for the automatic Patek. An automatic Patek is just amazing. Beautiful case. 37 is kind of just, I think it's actually quite a good size. Interestingly enough, I had a 5296, which is the 38 mil, no crown guard. I think that's the successor. I preferred the 5127, honestly. The difference between the 5107 and the 5127 is the bezel is more curved on the 5127. It's flatter on the 5107. The Lange, look, both of those watches are amazing pieces. They're both brilliant. I personally would go for the Patek. 100% would go for the Patek. It's an automatic Patek. At the moment in the range, you have a look at the prices. They've got the 6119 they've released. That's really expensive. And the next, if you want to get an automatic Calatrava, they've got a 5227. It's got that hinged back, which they say that's the 5227 is actually the replacement for the 5127. But I like the hinge back, but I think the 5127's got its own charm without that back. So personally, it's a no-brainer. I would grab the Patek. They seem to be undervalued, and I think they are going to rise in price as people suddenly realize, hang on a minute, those were Pateks with the crown guards. You're already starting to see it. The world time 5110 and the 5130 are starting to really escalate. And I think the 5127, 5107 is perfect. It's sort of a sweet spot. I'd definitely grab it. Now, let's just address, you want to use this in every day. Look, you can use it. I think the Patek as an automatic is a lot more easier to live with. I think if this is your only good watch, I would say get a Rolex. To be honest with you, I don't know whether a Patek is something every day. I mean, you can wear it, but honestly, I think like this is an Explorer 2, 42 mil. I think as an everyday, this is what I'd be getting. I think the Patek, it's like if you started driving a Rolls Royce every day, it doesn't feel special. The Patek, I don't think it's a terrible watch. You could do it every day, but I would sort of have it, it's something to have in a rotation. You wear it for a month, then you put something else on for a month. So I would certainly say I don't think the Patek or the Lange is meant to be a daily wearer. I think it's a special sort of occasion type watch that you wear for special occasions. So I think you'd always need a Steel Sports Rolex. Steel Rolex. I think well, even a Datejust for that matter. I think you need a steel Rolex for an everyday because, you know, you can have the Patek, yes you can, and you be careful with it, enjoy it, but I think, I don't know why you want to do that, okay? I would say you want to have a Steel Sports watch and the Patek is something special. That's the way I would treat it. Could you do it every day? Well, I suppose you could if you really wanted to. You could use it every day. You could do that. Is it what I'd want to do? I just like to keep it as a special piece because Patek is so special. I don't really want to just abuse it. So I don't know if I'd recommend that. I would say you've got to have, I think, and you want something nice. You don't want something shitty. I really think a Patek dress watch is a second. At the very least, you've got to have a Steel Sports Rolex and then you get a Patek. I don't think you really should just have the Patek as it and say, oh, that's my watch. It's not meant for that. It's a hand crafted watch. It's just I think it's not how it's designed. That's my own view. I mean, you can wear it, and obviously you should wear it, but I think you've also got to have Steel Sports. Steel Sports. You've got to have some Steel Sports as well. And that's the fun of it. I think, you know, ideally someone who has a Patek or a Lange like that, you'd want to have at least 3 watches. 2, there was a great article I read many years ago. You get a fantasy watch like a 5127 or the Lange, and you have 2 steel Rolexes to get life done. And I think that's so true. That's what I would be. A three-piece is where that watch should be. It's not just, it's like someone who has a Ferrari. Yes, you can have a Ferrari as your only car. Yes, you can have a Rolls Royce as your only car. But you know what? It's not meant to be like that. You should have a BMW 3 Series as a town sort of everyday car. The Rolls Royce is special occasions. And you'd possibly have a Beta for the servants to drive around in. You know? That's kind of how I see it. So, look, great choice to have there. Congratulations. Either way is not bad, but I'd go 5127. That is a sleeper. I reckon that watch is going to explode in value. But if you get the Lange is beautiful. The up-down, I love the 1815. I'm not a big fan of the Saxonia. I do love the 1815. And what a beautiful watch. Okay, guys, that's today's video for today. Like, subscribe, and tell your friends. I will see you in the next one. Please keep the paid reviews coming because I can't survive on Google Ads alone. I desperately need more paid reviews to keep me full-time on YouTube. You can also sponsor me on Patreon. It allows you to pay as little as $1 a month. And I need that support because Google Ads pays me $3 per 1,000 views. That ain't cutting the mustard, Charlie. See you in the next one. Hey guys, ArchieLuxury on the YouTube sensation, the Paul Pluta channel. Guys, I need you to help me out, guys. I can't survive on Google Ads alone. I need you to request a paid review. $50 US. Look down in the description. $50 US. I will review your collection. I'll tell you what I think of it, and I'll give you some pointers. The other thing is, guys, you can sponsor me on Patreon. Patreon allows you to pay a couple bucks a month, $1, $2, $5, whatever you want, and it keeps me going on YouTube because, guys, I'm in a niche. Nobody can make money out of the views I get. The views are crap because it's a small specialized area, and I don't talk about garbage for the sake of views. Guys, sponsor me on Patreon. Look down below, and I will see you in the next one. Jamie, before I go there, I forgot this collection review here, man. Add one more ladies. Add another ladies in the box. You've got the JLC, she's got the Chopard, 2 World Time Pateks, 2 Rolex, you got the Omega. Get her a casual steel Omega. It needs to be done, Jamie. And then add something for yourself. Remember, 8 in the box and 1 on the wrist. Jamie, up your...